Good morning, gang. Joyce Welsh with Skipping Calves Farms. I've got the mowing crew over there by the perimeter fence. I had gone in and kind of weed-eated down some of the goldenrod. You can see how tall it is behind there. I just nipped it to make it the same height as the grass. And so they're in there enjoying the grass. And the point I really wanted to make for today's video, always get started with my animals, they're so cool to watch, is let me pan back here. I'm in what I will call my fodder willow orchard, where the mowing crew came in and grazed a few days ago. It's the first time they've ever grazed in here, and so I wanted to show a couple of things. I think it made a difference. And the only way I can really show you the plants is to kind of look down the tube. So with that in mind, this is one of the tubes, and we're gonna see if I can get this mesh out of the way and look down it. So basically what you're seeing is a number of leaves, and they're kind of dark green and yellow. They are older leaves, and it's growing, but it doesn't look great. That's basically where most of them have been at. And so this really doesn't show any change. And coming over here to the next tube, it looks pretty similar. We've got some leaves, they've been chewed on. They're a little yellow because we have had some dry weather here in the last little bit. And so the willows that were kind of established and then struggling with the dry don't show much change. Now you can see here on that little tuft of orchard grass that just got nailed. That's down to about 6 inches, 4 to 6 inches from the mowing crew. And then we've got some Queen Anne's lace over here. And let's take a look at this one now. This one you see something a little bit different. There's some new growth at the top, and if I can get the camera, there is also, trying to see if I can get the camera to see what I'm saying. If you look all the way down there, there's some new growth on the bottom. Okay, well, it's quite possible that may have happened just in the last 2 days since the mowing crew's been here. Why do I say that? Well, let's come over here. This rod in the middle, I didn't have a tree tube for it. And so I had taken that PVC, I had put the PVC on it when I first planted them last fall. And I put it back over it to keep the mowing crew from eating the few leaves that there were on these smaller branches. So there's the smaller branches coming off here, and you can see a couple of older leaves, but the only leaves you could really see that were green were down here at the bottom, and they got beaten up a little bit by the PVC. But look what we got here, gang. Yeah, right there. We got brand new leaves. See if we can get it to focus. Focus here on my hand. Look at that. Brand new growth. And that, gang, has just been in the last several days since we brought ruminants onto the property. And I'm just seeing very consistent, in a number of different ways, how much difference it makes. I've been doing good soil practices. I've been doing good practices with my chicken tractor and moving it. But I've been doing those for several years, 3+ years. The ruminants, the mowing crew was in here 4 days ago. They were in here, they were walking around, they were stomping around, pooping and peeing. And you can kind of see, as Ian Michelinis calls it, the mosaic, where they walked around and stomped the grass. So that is awesome. To me, it may not look like much to you guys, but to me, as a scientist, learning my property and learning my animals, that's huge. That is significant data. That is more change in less than a week than I've seen in the previous 2 or 3 months. So I just think that's really cool. And you know what, gang? We are on to something, because look, on this little property here, I don't have a whole lot. I mean, you can basically see the majority of my pasture. We've just done a 360 on the main portion of my pasture. There's a little strip on the other side of the driveway and a little strip around the outside of the perimeter of the fence, but not enough to shake a stick at. They've made more difference here in 2 months than I was able to do with the chickens in over 3 years, 3.5 years. So to me, that's huge. And that's in the middle of the summer, when you're not going to see the impact. We're not really going to see the impact of the mowing crew and what they're doing to the life in the soil below the soil until next spring. And gang, I am so excited. I can hardly wait. So with that, I will encourage you to subscribe and like. It would be an encouragement to me. And I will wish you blessings for the day. And no matter what you do, keep chasing the dream.